I'm Angel Saul, taking up the course Bachelor of Science in Criminology. I made this video as my reaction to Lord De Vera's documentary on the DFA and the West Philippine Sea.
1. Initial impressions. What were your first thoughts after watching the documentary?
1. Initial impressions after watching the documentary. I was struck by how complex and multi-layered the West Philippine Sea issue really is. I initially thought it was a simple case of territorial dispute, but the documentary revealed the deep-rooted historical, political, and diplomatic dimensions that continue to shape the conflict. Lord de Vera's unique storytelling style also made a heavy topic accessible and thought-provoking.
2. Key takeaways. What are the most significant points or arguments made in the documentary?
Two key takeaways. The most significant point in the documentary was the importance of diplomacy and legal action in asserting the Philippines' claims. The 2016 arbitral ruling was presented as a major victory but also as a challenge in terms of enforcement. Another key takeaways was the documentary's emphasis on public awareness that Filipinos need to be informed and united in protecting national sovereignty.
3. Historical context. How did the documentary present the historical background of the West Philippine Sea dispute?
3. Historical context. The documentary provided a clear timeline of the events leading up to the dispute. It explained how China's Nine Dash Line claims overlaps with the Philippines' Exclusive Economic Zone or EEZ, and how historical records were used to justify claims on the both sides. The segment about past administrations' approach to the issue helped contextualize how the current diplomatic stance involved.
4. Diplomatic strategies. What strategies were highlighted in the documentary regarding the Philippine government's diplomatic efforts?
For diplomatic strategies, the documentary highlighted how the Philippines has primarily relied on legal and diplomatic channels, such as filing cases under international law and engaging with ASEAN partners. It also discussed the balancing act the DFA has to perform, asserting the country's rights while maintaining diplomatic reactions with a powerful neighbor like China.
5. International relations. What insights did the documentary provide about the involvement of other nations, particularly China and the United States, in the West Philippine Sea conflict?
5. International relations. It was insightful to see how other nations, particularly the US and China, play, play key roles in the conflict. The US was shown to support freedom of navigation and back to the Philippines in principle, while China was depicted as asserted and increasingly militarized in dispute waters. The documentary painted a picture of a geographical tug-of-war where smaller nations must navigate carefully.
6. National security and sovereignty. How did the documentary emphasize the importance of the West Philippine Sea to the Philippines' national security?
6. National security and sovereignty. The West Philippine Sea was portrayed as crucial to the Philippines' food security, natural resources, and territorial integrity. The documentary warned of the dangers of militarization and encroachment, especially with the building of artificial island and deployment of vessels. It emphasized that without active defense and diplomacy, the country's sovereignty is at serious risk.
7. Personal reflection. How has this documentary affected your personal understanding of the West Philippine Sea dispute?
7. Personal reflection. The documentary deepened my understanding of the West Philippine Sea dispute. It made me realize how high the stakes are not just in terms of territory, but also national pride, economic resources, and regional peace. I now see the importance of staying informed and supporting efforts that uphold international law and protect Philippine sovereignty.